Hello everyone, this is Yamin and welcome to blog project tutorial for beginner to advanced. So in this tutorial we are going to see how we can update data in the post table. So here first of all here you can see you have the post table and inside the post table we have some data. So I'm going to show you how we can update those data. So for it, in order to update a specific data we need to have a update option or edit option over here, and if we click on that edit option it will take us to another page where we'll be able to update the data like post title, description or the image. Okay, so for it let's go to the code where we make this table, and beside this delete option we'll have a edit button. So let's go back, and here you can see show post.blade.php, and over here you can see the table header, image and delete. Here you can see delete. So after this delete we'll have the update option. So let's say over here update or let's say here edit. So let's save this. So if we now refresh here you can see we have a edit column over here. So for this edit column we'll have a edit button. So let's go back, and here we have the for each loop. So inside this for each loop we have the delete button like this. So after the delete button we'll mention another td, and inside this td we are going to have an anchor tag, and here in the anchor tag we are going to say edit, and we'll also mention a class here. The class name will be btn success. Let's save this, then refresh here again, and here you can see we have the edit button over here. So right now what we want is that if we click on the edit option it will get the id of the specific post, and it will take us to another page where we'll be able to get the data of a specific post. So let's go back, and here you can see in the delete option we also have the id. We get the id like this. Here in the for each loop here you can see $post dash $post. So we can also get the id like this if we just write $post id. So here what we are going to do is that in the href, first of all for this edit we'll mention a route. So we'll say url to first bracket to single quotation. Let's say the route name will be edit underscore page, and here we are going to mention the id. So for id we will say here post, this arrow sign id. So basically this post will come from this for each loop. Okay, so right now if we save this and if we go to our browser, then refresh here, and if we click over here we can see in the url we have the id 7. Here if we click on this, here you can see the id is 22. Okay, so if we just check the table you'll also see here id 21, 22. Here you can see 7. So right now let's go back to our code, and for this url we're going to create a route. So we'll go to routes, then web.php, and let's just go down, and let me just copy this route from here, Ctrl C then Ctrl V. So the route will be get, that's fine, but the route name will be here you can see edit page. So let me just copy this and paste it over here, and here we need to mention the id because we are also sending the id from here. So this id will be catched by this id. Then we'll use the admin controller, and let's say the class name will be edit underscore page. So let me just remove this, and we'll say class name will be edit underscore page. So right now what we'll do is that we'll go to the admin controller and create a function edit page. So let's go to app http controller, and here you can see admin controller.php. So let's just directly go down, and here we are going to say public function edit underscore page first bracket, and here we need to mention $id because we are sending the id from the web.php. So from here first of all what we will do is that we will get the specific data from the post table. So here we will get a specific data whenever we click on a edit button. So if we click on this edit button we would want to get the data for this test2. So for it what we are going to do is that we are going to mention a variable first. Let's say over here $post equal to, we need to mention the table model name which is post double clone. We'll say find $id. So first of all we'll get the specific id. So what will happen is that after the finding the specific id, every data for the specific id will be stored in this $post variable. So here we are just going to say return new to first bracket, and here we are going to say admin dot, we need to create a page, so we'll say admin dot edit underscore page, and after this we need to send this dollar post to this page, I mean all the data for the specific ID. So for it we'll say over here compact to first bracket to single quotation, and we just need to say over here post. We do not need to give any $sign before this. So right now what we need to do is that we need to create a edit page in the admin folder. So we'll just go to the resource, views, then admin folder, and inside admin folder we're going to create a new page. We'll say here the page name will be edit underscore page dot plate dot php, Ctrl S, and then save. So right now let's just say over here normal thing, h1 tag, let's say edit page, let's save it here and here. So right now let's go back to our browser, let's refresh here, and if we now click on this edit button, here you can see it took us to the page, and we also have the ID over here. So since we are sending the data for the specific ID to this page, so we'll be able to get the data in the edit page.plate.php. Let me just show you. So here since this is single data, we do not require to give any for each loop. We can just directly see over here this, then we can say here dollar post, this arrow sign ID. So here this dollar post should be this one or this one, whatever you want to call. So like this we will be able to get the ID, and let me just show you the first ID first. Save, refresh here, and here you can see the ID. Let me just zoom in for you. You can see the ID. So in order to get the title, we need to mention title over here. So let me just show you the title. Copy this, let me paste it here, and we are going to say here title. Save, refresh, and here you can see we can see the title, which is blog tutorial for ID 7. Here you can see the title is blog tutorial. So right now obviously we won't be able to edit the data like this. So first of all what we will do is that we'll let me just zoom out. We'll just first make a design like this, then we'll have the basic data in input field so that we can edit them. So let's go back to our code first, and let me just remove everything from here. And first of all we'll go to the, in the admin folder we'll go to admin home.plate.php, just like in the previous tutorial. I'm going to copy everything from here, Ctrl C, then I'm going to paste it over here in this edit underscore page.plate.php. So from here I'm going to remove this include admin.body, this part. So right now let's save this again, then let's just refresh here again, and if we now click on the edit option, so here you can see that in the update page the CSS is not working properly. The reason is here if we go to our code, here you can see admin.css. so if you go to the css.plate.php, we did not write the href properly. We should have mentioned the asset over here, but I am not going to modify this. There is a simple way to solve this, and that is we need to write over here base, then href, it will be slash public, and we need to write this base href before the admin.css. If you write this after the admin.css, it will not work, the css will not work. Okay, so right now if we save this, then if we refresh here, here you can see the header and sidebar properly. So right now what we need to do is that we need to modify this body part, since we removed the body part from here. So right now we'll go to the body.plate.php, and from here, just like the previous tutorial, let me just copy this div class page content, and I'll just paste it over here after the sidebar, and we also need to close this div like this. So save this, then refresh here, and there you can see we have the body part over here, which background color is black. So right now we need to have some input field for updating the title, description, or the image. So for it, what we are going to do is that we can just copy the code for the input field from this page. Let me just first show you in the browser. Here in the add post, we already have the post title, description, image, and the submit button. So what we can do is that we can just copy the code from this code, and we can just paste it over here in this edit page. So the code is inside the post page.plate.php. So over here, so here you can see add post, and we have a form, and here you can see div center, post title, post description and the add image. So right now what we are going to do is that we are just going to first write over here a form, and inside this form we are going to copy and paste some code from here. So we are going to copy this div, class title, then description and the image part, and lastly the submit button. So let me just copy this and I'll just paste it inside this form. So right now here you can see we have the code. So right now if we save this, then if we now refresh here, or not here, so right now if we just go to show post, then if we click over here the edit option, here you can see we have the post title, description and the image part, but there is no CSS. So for it we need to copy the CSS from this page as well. So let's get the top, and here you can see the style text CSS. So I'm just going to copy this style, Ctrl C, and we'll paste it over here in the edit page, just so we can make our work easier. So right now if we refresh, here you can see everything is over here properly. So right now let's add the title, that update post or something. So for it here let me just go to the post page. There's a line over here, the title line. Here you can see h1 plus post title, add post. So I'll just copy this, then paste it over here before the form, and instead of add post we are going to say update post. Save this, then refresh here, and there you can see we have the update post. So right now what we want is that whenever we click on this, let's say edit option, we want to see the data for this specific ID. Like for the ID 22 we have the title, which is test3, description is test3, and we also have the image over here. So we want to see those data. So for it, first of all let's get the post title and post description over here. So in order to do that, it is really simple. All we have to is that here you can see we have the input field, input type text, and title name equal to title. So here we are going to mention a value, and inside this value what we will do is that we will give 2 second bracket, then we'll say over here dollar post, this arrow sign, title. So this way we will be able to get the post title in this input field. So right now if we save this, then if we refresh, here you can see we can see the post title over here. Let me just show you for another post. So here you can see the post title is blog tutorial. So if we click over here edit, here you can see post title is blog tutorial. So the same way we can also get the post description over here as well. So let's do it. So let's go back, and here you can see this is text area. So here we are going to say, or not here, for text area we need to write it inside this over here. So here we'll give 2 second bracket, and here we'll say dollar post, this arrow sign, description, which will come from the database table. So let's save this. Then if we refresh here you can see this is blog description, which is over here. You can see this is blog description. So right now let me just show the image over here. So for it what we have to do is that we still need this, because if we want to update the image we need to upload the file. So here instead of add image we'll say over here update old image. Let me just refresh here, and here you can say update old image. So before it we'll show the old image. So here before this div we are going to mention another div over here. Let's say div, inside this div we are going to mention, let's say level will be old image, and here we'll have an image tag. We'll say image, and source will be slash post image, since we stored the image in the image folder in the public folder. Let me just show you. In the public folder we have the post image folder over here. So we'll say here post image, then we'll give another slash, then 2 second bracket, and here we're going to say dollar post, this arrow sign, image. Let's save this, then let's just refresh here, and we can see the image over here. So right now let's just give a height and width for this image. So here we're going to say height, it will be, let's say 150 px, and width it will be 150 px. Okay, height will be, let's say 100. Let's save it again. Let's refresh here again. So we have the image over here. So here you can see the image is on the left side. So let's have the image in the center. So for it, let's go back, and here for this image tag, we'll say here style, we'll say margin, it will be auto. We'll say margin, it will be auto, MAR, margin auto. Let's save this, refresh here. Here you can see it is over here. Okay, level is not working because we did not mention the div class over here for this div. Okay, so it should work now. Let's save this and let's refresh here again. Okay, so here we have post title, post description, and we also have the old image. So right now what we want is that if we just modify over here anything, and if we click on the submit button, then we'll be able to update the data. So for it, let's go back to our code again, and here in this form we are going to say here action, then we will say here method. So method will be post, and we also need to mention one thing, which is enc type. Enc type will be multipart / form data. And since you want to update data to the database, for security reason we need to add CSRF token. So first of all, inside this action we'll give 2 second bracket, then we'll mention over here URL, 2 first bracket, 2 single quotation, and let's say the URL name will be update underscore post, and let's keep the U smaller. And from here we also need to send the specific ID for which specific data we want to update. So here we'll say over here $post $ID. So basically, since we are able to get the title, so basically the same way we should also be able to get the ID over here as well, and this ID will be sent to the route. So let's save this over here and let's go to our web.php, and let me just copy this route, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and so here instead of get we are going to say here post, and here we need to mention the URL name, and the URL name was over here update underscore post. So here the URL will be update underscore post, and we also need to have the ID over here since we are sending the ID from here. So after this we need to mention the function name, and let's say the function name will be update underscore post. Let's save this. After saving, we'll go to the admin controller and create a function for update underscore post. So let's go to our admin controller, and here we're going to say public function update underscore post to first bracket, and here we need to mention 2 things, which first one is request $request, then we need to give a comma, and we'll also say over here $ID, because from this page we need to get those data. So for it we need to mention request $request, and here you can see ID, and this ID will come from here since we are sending the ID from here. Okay, so after this we'll give 2 second bracket, and first of all, in order to update the data, we need to mention, or we need to get the specific ID for specific data, for which specific data we want to update. So here let's declare a variable, let's say $data or $post, whatever. Let's just say something new over here, $data equal to, we will mention the table model name, which is post, double clone, find, again we'll say over here ID, just like before. And after this what we need to do is that we'll say here $data, this arrow sign, and here, so here what is happening is that we are basically getting the ID or getting the data for the specific post, and here we are storing it in the $data variable. So here we say $data, this arrow sign, and here first of all let's say we want to update the title, then this title name will come from the database table. So here whatever I am writing over here will come from the database table, equal to, we'll say here $request, which is this one, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, this arrow sign, and after this here in the edit page, here we can see name equal to title. So we'll mention the title over here. So after this, let me just copy this, paste it here, and let's say here description, and we'll just update the image later. Let me just save this. So let's say here dollar data, this arrow sign, save. After saving the data, we'll just return to the same view. So we'll say over here return, redirect back. So right now let's save here, and let's go back to our browser, refresh here. Okay, let's just go to the show post, and let's choose this one. Let's click edit, and here you can see description. So instead of test2, we are going to say this is a edited post. Then here we have the submit button, just click submit. Here you can see reloaded, and it returns us to the same page, and here you can see the text over here after reloading. So right now if we go to show post, here you can see this is a edited post. If we go to our browser and if we just refresh over here, here you can see this is a edited post. So basically the same way we can also edit the post title as well. Let me just show you. Here we are going to say post title. Let's just say this post title for edit, then click submit, and let's go to show post, and here you can see post title for edit. This is a edited post. So right now let us allow the user to update the image over here or from here as well. So right now what we need to do is that first of all, after this description, we'll say over here dollar image equal to, we'll first get the image. So we'll say here dollar request, this arrow sign, and from here if you go to edit page, here you can see not this one, here you can see this one. I mean over here you can see update old image, and we have the file upload option over here. So this is basically this one, input type file name equal to image, right? So we'll say this image over here. After this what we'll do is that we'll give a if condition, if dollar image. If there is a image, only then it means if someone upload a file or upload an image over here, only then it will change the old image, otherwise it will keep the old image. So for it what we will do is that we will mention a if condition if there is an image, and after this the update condition, or the update is basically the same as adding the image. So we can just copy the code from where we just upload the image. So here let me just go ahead, at the top we have this 3 line of code over here. So let me just copy this, and I will just paste it in this if condition. So here basically what is happening, we are declaring a variable image name, then we are declaring a time variable, and using the time variable we are setting a name for the image. After that we are storing the image in a folder called post image with the name that we just set over here, and at the end we are saying post image. So it will not be post image, it will be dollar data, since we mentioned over here data. So we'll say here data image equal to image name, basically this one, and here you can see this image name will come from the database table from here you can see image. So basically this name is this one. So after this basically it will set the data. Okay, I made a mistake over here. I write over here date, so it will be data, which is this one. So let's save this, and let's go to our browser, refresh here, and let's say we want to edit the last post. So let's click edit, and here instead of test3, let's say here last post, and let's keep the description the way it is, and let's change the old image. So here we click choose file, and from here let's choose this image, then click open, and then if we click submit, here you can see it reloaded and it changed the old image. Over here you can see the image is changed. If you go to show post, here you can see we have the new image, the post title, and the description is still the same. Okay, one more thing that we should do is that after updating the data, we'll show a notification that the data is updated just like before. So for it what we'll do is that we'll say over here, after saving the data, return redirect back, we'll say here with, we'll say here message, then comma, again 2 single quotation, and let's say here post updated successfully, let's save this, and we need to cache this message in the edit page. So here at the top, after this content or before the update post, I'm just going to copy some code. So let me just go to showpost.blade.php, and here we already have a if condition, if session has message and end if. Let me just copy this and paste it over here. So basically here we are saying we have a if condition over here. If session has message, it means this one, this message, only then it will come to this if condition. Then it will have a danger alert, or instead of danger, let's say here alert success, and here we have a button in order to close the message, and this is the message is this one, post updated successfully, and this is the end if. Over here the if condition will end. So right now let's save this, let's refresh here, and let's say here last description, and click submit, and here you can see post update successfully message. So we can also close this, and instead of submit we can see over here update. So here let me just go down, and here I'm going to say value will be update. So yeah, basically this was all about this tutorial. I hope you now learn how we can update data in Laravel. If you have any question, you can let me know in the comment section, and if you face any problem and you are able to solve that problem by yourself, then also comment that below. It may help some other people. And if you want more tutorial like this, then make sure to subscribe, and I will also appreciate if you subscribe this channel. Also give a like. Thanks again for watching. I will see you in the future tutorial.